Welcome back, I am Captain Xavier, and I like all things modular. As you are all most likely aware, I have been on a never-ending quest to ensure that I can fire any type of ammo that I might encounter on a Nerf battlefield. And as a result, I have dozens of different attachments, but if I really wanted to be able to fire everything, I would have to carry all dozen and a half attachments or so that I've built so far, and I'd be constantly switching them out. So I decided to try to create a universal attachment, and this is the result. And I would say that this thing can fire anything, but of course that would be an exaggeration and the sort of hyperbole that would cause many of you to completely lose your minds in the comments section. So it can fire a lot of different ammo, and I'm going to go over the ones that it can fire, as well as a few other options. Now, the main reason I decided to try to build this in the first place was I wanted to be able to fire Rebel arrows. That was one that came up in the comments all the time, as well as Zing arrows. I don't actually have a Zing arrow, I have the off-brand, but let's just start at the beginning and work our way around. So first of all, what is it? It is, if you're familiar with it, it is a pocket shot. It's essentially a slingshot. You put whatever ammo you want in there, you grab it and you pull it back, and when you release, it fires. Thus allowing for a variety of different types of ammo. I've taken some PVC and a Titan reverse section of a Titan, that's the reverse rail for where the Scout attaches, and it allows you to then attach it to the rail of any Nerf blaster. And it attaches very, very snugly because of the way I ended up fitting it. I've yet to have it come loose and pull back and hit me in the face. Yeah, so let's look at the type of ammo that this configuration allows you to fire. So what type of darts will it in fact fire? Well, it will fire streamlines, the old ones and the new ones. It will fire the old suction cup darts, whistler darts, dart tag darts, dart zone darts, X-shot darts, waffle tip darts, the AccuStrike darts, whatever on earth these are. It will fire the new suction cup darts. It will in fact fire my Lego dart. It will fire old school mega darts. It will fire new mega darts. It will fire this small foam Iron Man. It will fire Boomco darts. It will fire pop rockets. It will fire these Zarts, whatever the heck those are. It will fire the off-brand Zing arrows. I wish I could get my hands on a Zing arrow, but I just haven't found one yet. It will fire, with the right attachment, it will fire the Rebel arrows. And the attachment is this thing. It's called a whisker biscuit. It just threads onto the end, and it then holds the arrow centered for you while you pull it back. And it actually fires those really well. It will also, of course, fire rival rounds, whatever this thing is. I'm sure somebody knows, and I'll get 1,000 comments on it. It will fire the Hog Wild Balls, and I believe this one came out of some Buzz Lightyear blaster that I found at Goodwill. It will not fire the large reactor balls, though, because they won't actually fit. It will fire these small discs. In fact, you can fire all three of them at once. And it will fire vortex discs. And the way it attaches is it simply rail attaches to whatever you want. I am attaching it on this awesome blaster that a fan and I did a blaster exchange. I have added a number 55 spring and brass to the breech. I have not gotten around to replacing the flashlight yet, but I will. But this, you just pull back and it will not come loose. I've tried. It's a beautiful thing. So I have now got this pistol that will fire any of these ammo types. On Ire, it's actually really nice, and it's slightly even more secure because the rail latches on the other direction. So, hypothetically, it might pop loose, but on the Stampede, it actually goes the other direction. So, there's actually a stop behind it, so it can't do that. Now, I said that this can fire anything, and like I said, that's an exaggeration, but here are a couple of things that you could fire with this, though I don't recommend most of them. You could, in fact, fire a screwdriver. You could fire a sledge fire shell. Not the darts out of it, the whole shell. You could fire an entire bottle of super glue. You could fire the remains of a Titan pump. You could fire a pop rocket launcher. You could fire a paintbrush. You could fire a pencil. You could fire a small flashlight. You could, in fact, fire a battery. You could fire a bolt. You could fire a nut. You could fire a rock. You could fire an X-Acto knife. You could fire a Milwaukee Inksole, though that would be a terrible waste. You could fire a candy cigarette. You could fire a Rhino 130 motor. You could fire a couple of Ayers attachments. You could fire a fancy chopstick. You could fire a brass spoon. You could fire some brass tube. You could fire some hot glue. You could fire a Busby shell. You could fire some Russian 7.62. You could fire another rock. You could fire 22 long rifle. You could fire a 4-sided dice. You could fire some cold hard cash. You could fire a SOG. You could fire, that's right, some K-26. And last but not least, you could of course fire a jolt on a stick. And by could, I mean we're gonna go fire all of this. All right, I'm just going to start at random, and we'll see how well things fire. Obviously, some things are going to fire better than others. Starting with whatever this is. It went over the roof. Waddle dip. Dart tag. Oh, fishtail. Old streamline. Much better. Old suction cup. Nope, bad release. Dart zone, I think. Oh, bad release. Hog wild ball. Oh, doesn't fly well. Whistler. Oh, caught on exit. The green Buzz Lightyear thing. Ah, didn't like that one at all. Rival round. The serrated thing. Flew lovely. Vortex. It's in the tree. It didn't come back out of the tree. It's still in the tree. 3 discs at once. Very erratic flight pattern. Pop rocket. That was better than expected. Iron Man. Elite suction cup. Old school mega. Modern mega. Oh, no good. Koosh. Oh, almost on the roof. Boomco. Apparently it actually can't fire Boomco. I stand corrected. AccuStrike. Lives up to its name. Lego. Huh. Off-brand tiny light up arrow thing. It lights up. Fake Zingbo. I am not impressed. Rebel. Rebel, it shoots. Chopstick. I really hope I don't break that window. Paintbrush. Pop rocket launcher. Titan pump. Spoon. One of Ayers attachments. Pencil. Inksole. Razor blade. Don't try this at home, kids. Flashlight. Nope. Bottle of super glue. Ah, bad release. A bolt. A battery. A screwdriver. A chunk of brass. Nice ring to it. Bit of glue gun. Stick. A hot glue flies surprisingly well. Sledge fire shell. Just for you, Brett. Busby shell. A rock. Another rock. Much better. A Rhino 130 motor. I hope I can find that. A nut. A 4-sided die. Not getting that one back. $1.25. Hopefully I'll get all that cash back. I'm poor. Another one of Ayers attachments. A SOG. Also, don't do this. A bit of K-26. Yep, it can take a K-26. A jolt on a stick. I will, of course, not be firing the Russian-made 7.62 or the 22 long rifle, as that would be incredibly dangerous and probably illegal. So to satisfy your lust for danger, I will instead be throwing this lawn dart. Score! All right, well, I had fun with that. I hope you had fun watching. Hopefully I can recover at least some of the ammunition I fired. If you have any comments, concerns, especially concerns, yes, I know some of this was dangerous. No, you shouldn't do any of this at home. But if you have suggestions for things you'd like to see me fire in another firing video, go ahead and let me know, and I will look into that in the future. As always, thank you for watching.